was when my father told me they were going bankrupt, and I had to work as a dishwasher for $10 an hour. During weekends, when all my friends are out partying, they'll come to this restaurant. I'll be cleaning dishes, and they'll look at me and go, "Oh, I was like, hey." And I remember going home one day, and I used to blame my father for my predicament. And one day I remember I went home at 7:00. My hands were, when you wash dishes for a long time, your hand just becomes like this. It just gets locked in,
Wow.
Yeah, it gets locked in.
Where you can't move your fingers anymore. Wow.
He's doing that the whole night.
Yeah.
And so I remember my hands were like this. And then I said, I forgive you. It's over. I don't want to have you be responsible for me anymore. It's my time to fix myself.
What was it about your hands being stiff, and what was it about that moment that let you say that?
Because on the way home, I was blaming him for my hands.
Yeah.
And I was saying...
But why did you stop blaming him for it?
Well, because I realized at that moment that I had the power. I have to stop blaming him for everything. I blame him for the job. I blame him for my hands. I blame him for me coming home at 7 a.m. But I realized that
that were your hands.
Yeah, they were my hands. They were my choices.
You live with those stiff hands. What are you going to do about it?
That's right.
Because if your dad's in charge of your hands, they're going to stay that way.
That's right. And
is that what it was?
That was partially what it was. Yeah. And it was my inability to, that depression caused me to go, you know what, I've stopped. Nobody's going to take control of how I feel. Everything from religion to my work to everything is all me now. This is me. This is all on me now.
I would call that an existential crisis.
There you go.
But a positive one.
Yeah.
Because you went, hang on a minute, I'm existing in the energy of everyone else has to be different for me. Now I decide I have to be different for me.
Yeah.
I will take charge.